Today I'll be talking about the respect of a distance security. What is that one means? That is what distance you should leave between the driver in your front and you that you are driving. And also you need to be looking at the mirror so that to make sure that the driver at your back also leave the same distance. And that distance must not be more than 2 seconds before in between two of you. So you have to know it. And also we are going to do the calculation. How are you going to calculate it? Because in some questions the calculation will come out and you should be able to know the trick to be able to get the answer very fast. So that is what we are talking about today. And if you are getting value in this video, don't forget to like, share and comment. It's very good so that other people can be able to see the advantage of this page as well and make use of it. So let's go to the class. The driver have to maintain a good distance security between the driver that is in your front and you that you are at the back in order to be able to stop problem or accident on the road. That is what we are going to talk about today. And we must make sure that it must be 2 seconds between the two vehicles. So let's go to the A part. Estimate simple rapid. How can you estimate it? Just this one is just an actus. What you are going to use to know it, how to estimate it. Just to know that if like on the auto route it must be two line. And if you cannot see that two line while driving, that means it's not good enough. That is what this one is talking about. And the B part is talking about how to calculate it. How are you going to calculate the distance security that you have lived? While driving, you won't know. That's why they said it must be 2 seconds. But in the exam, you need to calculate it. They will give you some figure. So let's just do the exercise of the figure here with my mouth so that you can be able to understand it. And if there is any need for me to come and do it live, I'm not afraid. I come and do it. So he said, okay, the distance must be minimum 2 seconds. You must know the how to calculate it. We know how to calculate the term reaction. We have done it before. And that one must be in 1 second. How do we calculate term reaction? We calculate it by the last number. If it is you are running 50 km per hour, it must be 50 km per hour multiplied by 3. That's why you see this 3. If it is this one is 50 km and it must be 3 multiplied by 3. Then any result that you get, you now multiply it again by 2. That is how to know the distance security that you have lived between a vehicle. For example, they said a vehicle is going at 90 km per hour. So what is the distance per cool? That's during 1 second. The distance that the driver is running in 1 second is what we are going to calculate. That is this 9 multiplied by 3, which gives us 27 meters. Then how can we now calculate the distance, the security? The distance, the security is going to be the 27 times 2, which is 54 meters. That means as you are going, you have to leave 54 meters between the driver that is in your front and you. Then the C part is talking about how to estimate. What can help us to estimate if you don't have anything to calculate it? The only one is only on the auto route, that is the highway. And the highway, you have to make sure that the highway you must leave these two lines. That's why you will see this panel on the road. You have to leave these two lines while driving on the highway. You have to see it. And if you do not leave two lines, that means you have leaving one line and it is very dangerous. That is the danger in it. You have to be very careful. Make sure in the exam they might just draw this and just use it. Put this picture at the back of your mind. And again, he said the distance, the security in a tunnel. You know the tunnel under the underground. How can you calculate it? On underground, you will see there is the light on the wall, and that light you must leave at least two. That's the meaning of do don't they. It's two lights on the wall. It must be two between you and the driver. And if there is no light, there must be an arrow on the floor. That arrow also must be two. That is meaning of those chevron. The arrow on the floor must be two that you must leave if you are inside the tunnel. And also, if you want to, the E part now is talking about if you want to overtake in the city and outside the city, what is the minimum meter that you must leave between you and the person, maybe somebody is walking or bicycle, how many meters? If you are in the city, you need to leave 1 meter between you, and if you are outside city, it must be 1.5 meter between you and the person, either the person or the bicycle. You must, that is what you must leave, and you have to know this in your head also, because the question always come out from there. For example, they draw this picture, you can see this is this situation here. You know you are outside city and you need to leave 1.5 meter there to pass. And you can see, if you said you want to leave 1.5, it means maybe you are going to fall to this place. So what you are going to do in this situation is you have to slow down and be driving slowly until you pass these people that are working here. Before you now, that means you cannot overtake. You need to slow down and go slowly, because you cannot overtake them. And on the road, in the city, it's not easy to calculate it, because you cannot see that two line that I said. You can't see it, and you can't see the light also to calculate it. But it is this line that is important, that you should know. This small line you must leave. This small line you must leave nine of it must be what is to make you to know that you have lived a sufficient security distance between you and the driver. This line must be 9, and if you are using this middle line to calculate it, it must be 5. If you are running 90 km/h, it must be 5. So you should take note of that. So I hope to see you in my next class. Thank you.